Sorry for that inconvenience. We had a little bit of technical difficulty there. We're back on air, though. Go ahead and we'll go ahead and repeat that because I don't think anybody in Dunlap heard that. But anyways, we talked about Coach Colquitt being more, I guess, handing it over to the players. Do you believe that's really happening, or is this kind of?
I think he did hand it over to the players a little bit more. He's really trying to find somebody to lead the team. I think he's trying to get people to step up. Now, I feel like we got people who are stepping up. Brandon Turner is definitely stepping up. Brent Holland, Hayden Hicks. We got several people who are starting to step up. That's what Coach Colquitt's really looking for right now, is just for leaders on the team.
All right. Coach Mullins, what role does he play in motivating the team?
Coach Mullins is the person who we can all complain to Coach Colquitt about. If anybody's mad at Coach Colquitt, he's mad at it. Coach Mullins is openly mad about it too, and that's always kind of nice. Coach Mullins is kind of funny. He's like Coach Montgomery, same sense that he keeps us laughing and having fun through practice. Makes it fun for us. He gets us really pumped up for our workouts, and he just keeps the team keeping going on the morale side of those things.
All right. Talk about he works more with the defense and line. Am I right?
Yes, he works with the defensive line and special teams.
What has he done this year in particular to motivate y'all? I mean, not just like overall, but like what specific things he done? Like maybe he's said something, or he's giving y'all some kind of unique thing to think about.
Well, I mean, I play linebacker, not defensive line, but I feel like he's really got the defensive line to work on doing their job and not just trying to go for the tackle or the sack, but really get their job done. If they get their job done, then there's going to be a running back there for them to tackle. And I believe that's something that he's really emphasized, is trying to get a job done, and I think that's made a big difference.
Okay, and if you're still out there listening to us, go ahead and tweet out your questions. Tweet out, any comments you have on Archer, whether you think he's bad or not, or good or not, or we'll be open to that, right, Archer?
Oh yeah.
But or Alec, because we know he's not the best player in the world. he's
Don't player at all, yeah.
Don't player at all, yeah. But anyways, go ahead and tweet those out, and let's start with this. Homecoming. Tell us everything there is to know about homecoming. From your perspective.
From my perspective, homecoming is awesome. It's the time we're all getting riled up for a game, getting out of class for stuff. I've got Coach Jones for 2 of my classes this semester, so it's been a really fun semester because it's been a real fun week. We didn't do much of anything except for just get ready. I like seeing all the crazy stuff. We always had that one or two people in our class that would dress up. Simon, our foreign exchange student from South Korea, came in as an anime character on Thursday, and that was pretty funny. He nailed that.
Do you know what anime character it was?
Start with N, like... No, I don't.
Okay.
Something.
You're horrible. You don't know. Do you know Alec?
I don't have that class.
I know it's horrible. I don't even know, like... I'm not a big anime fan, but if you told me the name, I could probably recognize it, honestly. But
I recognized it, but not enough to remember it. And then I saw some pretty crazy hairstyles on Friday. There's some pretty crazy stuff.
And so what was your favorite part of homecoming?
My favorite part was watching the cheerleading competitions during the field events. Alec Hudson, I mean, he did an awesome job. I do believe he needs to just drop everything and become a cheerleader. And
A lot more scholarships that way.
Yeah, and I mean it's a pretty good position.
A male cheerleader gets a lot of scholarships. You might want to be thinking about that if because I don't even know if we can get into college and all that, but that's my personal opinion.
And I mean,
ain't that right, Alex?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he would agree with that statement.
And I mean, I think being a male cheerleader would be a pretty fun job.
Pretty fun job. What kind of fun would that entail, Archer?
Well, I mean, your base, you'd be at the bottom there holding all the girls up. It would be you can work around that one and figure out what I'm talking about. But that'd be a pretty fun job.
Pretty fun job. Not that you like to cheer or anything. It's just a fun job, right?
Well, and I mean, you would be out there and crazy.
One thing I always thought about this way, you're sitting out there and you get to go to a college you really want to go to. Say you go to like Tennessee or Auburn or I was going to say Vanderbilt, but never mind. You go to one of those colleges where football is a big thing. You got a stadium of 100,000 people around you, but you're closer to the game than they are.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's probably a big part to it. So.
Yeah, that.
I'm not even going to repeat what Alex just said.
But he said what I was talking about.
He did. He had something related to that, yeah. Favorite moment in the game with South Pittsburgh?
My favorite moment in the game, I mean, I had a bunch. It'd probably be a time maybe between getting the first touchdown of the game. That was awesome, getting the first touchdown against South Pittsburgh. Or maybe Hayden Hicks' run when he just dropped his shoulder and killed a kid, and then just took off again and ran that touchdown close to around 40 yards. I'm not exactly sure how long it was, but it was a long run, and had a nice hit in there. So that was a really cool point too.
Definitely. You got a game next week. You got CCS. What are your comments on going into CCS? Maybe not, we're going to win or we're going to lose or any of that, but what are your major maybe concerns as we go into this matchup against CCS?
Well, CCS has got some new players that they've kind of recruited in, so they're a lot better team. They're supposed to be a lot better team this year than they have been in the past. So I don't really know what to expect from them. It should be a lot better than what's normal. I think their passing game is going to be stronger than it was, it has been. And they're historically a passing team, and so that could be probably more a benefit. Sometimes it just depends on how we can respond. But I believe that if any problem that we're going to have, it'll be underestimating them. I think that they are going to be a lot better this season than they were last season. Or they might not be, and maybe that's all talk. So we'll find out.
All right. I'm going to ask the same question to Adam Pickett over here. Come on over, Adam Pickett.
No, I don't. That's awesome.
You got any aliases we need to be calling you by, or
Bobby?
Bobby, all right. We'll call you Bobby, all right.
I'll take Bobby.
Bobby, all right. So Bobby, what was your favorite moment of the game?
South Pittsburgh?
South Pittsburgh game. You want to get rid of?
Yeah, almost getting in a fight.
Almost getting in the vibe. Tell us a little bit.
The buzzer rang, and we beat South Pittsburgh for the first time since 2005.
It's actually 2004.
2004. Same thing. Same thing.
Oh, yeah, same thing. Comments on the game in general. Just kind of, what was your overall view of the game once y'all got done? And
I think we could have done a lot better. Could have won by at least 3 touchdowns. But we didn't play the best of our ability.
And yet y'all still beat South Pittsburgh. So you're saying that you didn't maybe play to the best of your ability, but you beat South Pittsburgh, who has been a powerhouse over the past few years. So how great can this team become? I've stumped him here, folks.
Pretty freaking great. We're going all the way. Mm-hmm.
Got a prediction right now? You going all the way to state championship?
Yep.
Who you going to play? What's going to be the final score?
We're going Super Bowl.
What's Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in Tennessee, that's what it is. But oh man. So had homecoming this week. How was it? Well, did you enjoy it, or kind of maybe get you not focused or something like that? Or
I enjoyed it. Got me more pumped for the game.
you're giving me short answers
Hey,
here.
I don't like talking on. Hey.
Just keep talking. See, if you stay quiet, people won't know who you are and they won't get a good grasp. But if you actually
I'm
talk,
Bobby Pickett, 15 years old, born 1998.
When's your birthday?
October the 13th, 1998.
all right. You have taken. Never mind. Got any questions on Twitter over there, Alex?
Not any yet.
Not any yet. Oh, come on, get on there. Get on Twitter. Yes, ask us some questions. All right. So Archer, I want you right there. Alec, I want you over here in the hot seat over here too. I got some.
Put the mic here, Alex.
Okay, we're going to have some questions here.
I'm about to sing a duet.
About to sing a duet, Sonny and Cher, something like that. Quick question: do you believe in Bigfoot?
Yes.
No.
Elaborate.
Well, I don't really know why I think that. I just heard Jake Tibbs say that he believed in Bigfoot. Jake seems to.
And he's a pretty credible source.
Yeah, Jake's pretty credible. So I'd say so. He puts credible to incredible.
Credible to incredible.
Yeah,
That's the first.
He puts the credible in the.
That's a first.
That is the first. That's gonna be a new. That's gonna be a new meme. We're gonna have Al Cuts instead there. Credible to incredible. That's gonna be a new thing. All right. Quotes of the day.
But yeah, he said. What was his theory about Bigfoot again? What was it?
Drop my lemon. When life gives you lemons, you drop.
I think Jake was saying that they migrate a lot or something. That maybe that's why they can't find them in a certain area. So yeah.
You're believing the same kid that walks around with the Marvel shirts all the time, saying, "All right, we need some comic books in here."
Yeah.
You're believing him about Bigfoot.
Yes, I am. He's a smart guy. I'm gonna believe with him on that. I'm gonna flow with him on that one.
All right.
And on my side, I kind of had the opposite approach from Alec. Because Jake said that it was real, I kind of stuck off.
So we're just basing everything off of Jake Tibbs today, and he's not even here. Imagine that. If God sneezed, what would you say to him?
Bless yourself. I don't know.
Alec, bless you.
Alec, bless you.
Alec, bless you. That's what you would say to him.
Because I mean, you can't say God, right? You can't say God. You can't say God bless you to God.
Yeah.
So why not?
That's a good question. Thank you.
Life questions here, bud.
Questions.
Maybe just thank you.
Thank you for sneezing.
I don't know.
That's the first time. Achoo! Thank you.
I mean, does he even sneeze though? I mean, it's kind of like a spirit.
That
seems like a pretty human trait.
Oh yeah.
If Jesus sneezed, what?
I mean, he's human. I mean, that might be the better question.
Yeah. Jesus sneezed. What did people say? Then I guess I would say,
Father bless you.
Father bless you.
Oh man.
He turned water into snot on that one. Get a little bit off topic here, but we're all right. Alec, did you watch the games last night? Referring to Florida, Kentucky, Tennessee, Oklahoma. You watched those last night?
Nope, I did not watch any football game last night. I was watching cartoons on my phone.
I have to know what cartoons are more important than college football.
Naruto. I was watching Naruto.
Oh, that's what
for like 5 hours.
That's what
last night.
Simon was dressed up as.
All right, Bobby.
Naruto.
Did you watch any games last night?
Yeah, I watched two episodes of it.
Come on over here. Talk about it a little bit.
Talk about the game.
I watched like 4 minutes of it.
Oh, that's no good.
We could talk about 4 minutes. I
No.
was busy doing Spanish project.
Spanish project. Oh, dear. Alec, get back over here. We got any Twitter questions? Have you checked?
I don't have any sync.
I do not.
Do not at the moment. All right. Hey, if you're listening today, get those Twitter questions out. And, we talk about football and all these sports and how they're coming together. Was the Tribe in full force this past Friday?
I'd say so, yeah. Probably not as much as the Grundy game, considering it wasn't as close. Grundy's more.
It was close. It was 3 points.
Yeah, true, but like Grundy's more of a rival than South Pittsburgh is.
Do you think the South Pittsburgh is more like an unspoken rival?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean,
because you say when you think rivals in the Valley, you're thinking Marion County, South Pitt, Bledsoe, Sequatchie.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking, Marion, Grundy, Sequatchie, Grundy, and stuff like that. So it's more like an unspoken rivalry, I guess, because both teams have been good at some points. Both teams have been bad. So,
maybe probably not in years past. We haven't been rivals, considering we got blown out. We get blown out pretty much all.
Actually, since 1986, it's even at 10-10 now.
Oh.
So we've won 10, lost 10. Now before that is a little bit different. It's a little bit more towards South Pittsburgh. But now since 1986, it has it's tied all up with last Friday night's performance, 10-10. Did you expect that?
No, I did not.
Tide's turning, baby.
Well, see, the thing is, you see a lot of swings here. You'll see, like, since 1986, 2 wins for Sequatchie, 1 win for South Pitt, 4 wins for Sequatchie, 3 losses for Sequatchie, And it goes back and forth, and they'll have swings, and usually then you'll have an upset like you had in 2004, which is the last time we beat them, 49-26. That's pretty dominant. You were kind of hoping the score would be somewhere around there for y'all, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that South Pittsburgh is is maybe not so good team, or do you think that Sequatchie is that much, I mean, not better, but you think they're actually playing a quality opponent besides Pittsburgh? You think they've kind of been off this year?
I'll let him answer that. I'm not a football player.
You're going to ask that again. I just got a question. I was reading it.
Oh, do you think that maybe South Pittsburgh is not? It's kind of off this year because you did beat them, but South Pittsburgh has had they're 1-3 on the season. Are they really, are they bad, or are y'all just that good?
I think that we're maybe not quite the team that they were last year, but I think we're definitely a much better team than we were last year. So rises their performance. I don't know. I feel like they played, about as good as they normally do, but I feel like we were able to stop them a little bit better. A lot better than we normally are. I feel like we were able to drive against them better. So I think that we are a better team. I think they're not quite the team that they were last year or in years past, but I think that we've also improved quite a bit.
All right. Well, let me say all right, go ahead.
Okay, so Jake Tibbs asked me what my favorite Wilbur moment is, and my favorite moment from Will. Man, that's a tough one, but I don't know. I mean, Will's pretty dumb. I'm just going to come out and say that he knows his stuff about football, but he knows it all from Madden. So I think maybe some of my favorite things from Will are whenever we get out there and we can He's not too serious when he gets to goofing off. We've had some pretty fun moments out there. I think that probably some of the funny stuff he'll always say is, we have a bunch of people over there and they won't know what to do on a play from like South Pittsburgh, and he's always answering, "Do you not play Madden?" Every time he answers, "Do you not play Madden?" So I guess all he does is play Madden.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
If you have any moments from Will last year that you remember might spark something. I got a good one.
I would always laugh at him when I was always on the JV side of the field last year, and whenever we were doing defense, we'd have a scrub offense. So this was scrub offense JV. So there wasn't much to choose from at this point. So Wilbur would be playing QB.
Oh yes, he plays QB still. Yeah.
He was playing QB, and you just stare at him and wonder what Peyton Manning has on Wilbur. And the answer is nothing. Peyton Manning doesn't have anything on Wilbur. He's the best.
I think the only thing that he might have over him is Omaha.
Yeah,
that's about it.
And
what is Wilbur's what is Wilbur's famous check down?
I say if anything, it'd be like bacon.
Bacon? Is that a reference to him, or is that just a reference in general? Or
I mean, take it as you will. I think it's bacon.
I think it's bacon.
I had a one that came to me again. I do believe last week, favorite Wilbur moment was we were over there, and like Alex said, Will was playing quarterback. I don't even know if it was for JV or not. I think we were doing the group defense. I think Wilbur was playing quarterback for some reason, and Noah Smith snaps the ball to Will, and it hits him right in the hand, and he drops it. And he turns around and starts yelling at Noah Smith, and he gets Brent Holland in there. Then Brent Holland later, about 3 seconds later, snaps the ball right to him, and he drops it again. And he treats Brent Holland out. So, he's blaming his unathletic abilities on those.
I have to say, I have some favorite Wilbur moments. I played football last year, so I have some favorite moments. It's kind of hard to just pick one. He'd always come in the locker room and say, "Hey, how'd the Vols do today?" Or "How'd the Vols do this weekend?" And I'd be like, and I would say, "Well," he'd be like, "Well, they did horrible." I was like, "Well, you asked me, but you're telling me now." Yes. He was just like, "Oh yeah. Y'all let him know. He's a pretty cool guy, pretty funny guy."
I think it's kind of funny when he walks out and he's, wearing a shirt that looks like about 2 sizes too high. And you look at the tag and it's about a XXL. I remember Coach Jones, he told us one time he had a massive shirt sitting in his classroom one time. And we're like, who in the world is that for? And he's like, it's for Wilbur. And he said it was for Coach Will. He always said Coach Will. But he's like, it's for Coach Will. And we're like, how big is the thing? He's like a quadruple XL.
Oh, man. Gotta love Wilbur here. But, anyways, I asked Alex this. Do you think the tribe was in full force? Did you like what they were doing?
I liked what they were doing. I didn't feel like they were maybe quite full force, but I feel like they were doing pretty good. They were keeping us pumped up. I've always wanted to see the roller coaster thing during the football games. They always do those in basketball games, never did football games.
This is to you, Tribe. The Tribe, SC. This is to you. A football player, Archer Thompson, has requested that you do the roller coaster during the football game.
But it's got to be at the right moment. If you can't find a good moment to do it, then it don't be stupid.
Oh yeah, maybe not like halftime, but maybe like in between the first and second, or third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, don't do it during the middle of play, but
yeah, you'll distract everybody on the field. And I guess that might actually work. Like, so they do the roller coaster, CCS gets distracted.
Yeah, like in between the third and fourth quarter for like winning or something like that.
Or try to distract CCS and see if we can, on defense, just see if we can get a play by or something like that.
It's pretty loud, so.
You know what I'd like to see? I would love to see them get the entire crowd involved in the roller coaster, or a wave or something to that effect.
That would be pretty cool.
Is that high on your list, Alex?
If I If I was the leader of the tribe, I would definitely try to do something of that sort.
That would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Would you like to see something like that at a basketball game?
Honestly, if that happened during a basketball game, I think I'd just stop and watch it. And
Do you think everybody, like, even the other team would be like, holy crap?
I'd say everybody would just kind of be shocked and wouldn't know what to do. So, I mean, hey, do it if you want to, but I don't think anything good will come from it.
What do you think the tribe should do this year in basketball? They haven't done yet.
Streakers. We need streakers.
Any volunteers? You're volunteering?
Wilbur.
Wilbur.
We need Wilbur.
I will not be coming to that basketball game.
Well, just hope they don't announce it because I'm pretty sure you'll be down by the time it gets announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure it would be.
Oh,
Just do it at halftime. Whenever I'm not watching.
Could you imagine that? That'd be pretty interesting.
That would be kind of funny.
But yeah, I mean that's. Do you think that Sequatchie County, and this is just asking Alec, because he's a sports expert that we all know.
Yeah.
Do you think this football team can win a state championship in the next 3 years?
3 years. I'd say.
Give them 3 years with Colquitt, and these players that we have.
We don't kill ourselves all by then.
Yeah. Do you think if there's a legitimate shot doing that?
I think so. If they can pull it together and start working as a team like they have been, I think they have a shot to. Maybe not this year. I'd say if they have a shot at doing it in any year, it'll be next year. When they have the juniors, they'll be seniors, and then we'll have the 8th graders from this year who have some pretty good athletes. So I think if they have a chance, it'll be next year.
It'll be in the next 3 years, what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd say so. Because we have some good talent coming through.
What is your opinion on Colquitt? Do you like Coach Colquitt? Colquitt.
Well, I never really had a problem with him whenever I played football because I never really had to deal with him much because I was on the JV side the whole time. But I didn't have a problem with him until this year when I wasn't even playing football. I was going to the bathroom, and he's the bathroom or lunchroom monitor. So I just left. I just left the cafeteria and just went and used the bathroom. And whenever I came back, he just threatened me with ISS. Like, cut me deep. It cut me real deep. So that's about all I have to say about you, Coach Conklin.
Next team at Sequatchie County High School to win a state championship.
Next team.
Any sport.
Well, individually, I'd say that Katie Brock would win again this year. I mean, she won freshman, sophomore.
So wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, who's really standing in her way?
Not really. I mean, actually, I was talking to her the other day. We actually had her on the radio show about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she had told us that the people who had been contenders for her with her for the past 2 years have already graduated.
Yeah.
So she's a junior, and she could possibly go and get another state title.
I'd say
it's possible she can get 2 state titles by the end.
Yeah.
So
I'd say that she definitely has a chance to. But other than wrestling, I'd say if any team does, it's football. Honestly.
So you're thinking football over any other sport can win a state championship first?
I'd say so, yeah. Because, that's the sport that most of our athletes play. That's the sport that we were the most dominant in middle school. And I know middle school doesn't really matter all that much, but I don't know. I have to say football. Definitely.
Yeah, football. All right. The spring sport most likely to win the next state champ. Okay, let me tell you what your options are.
Yeah.
You got basketball. That's a winter sport. We'll consider it a spring sport because most stuff happens in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
You've got soccer, boys soccer. You've got softball, baseball, and track. And I think bowling goes. I'm not sure if bowling is in the fall or the spring.
I think
it's a fall sport. I think it goes a little bit into the spring, but not much. We consider it a fall sport.
Well, softball has been the closest out of any of those teams to get to the state. So maybe if they can continue to dominate like they did last year, even though they lost some pretty key seniors.
They lost some key seniors. You got Caleb
Fanny coming up as a freshman You got 2 years, I think, and then she's going to be a freshman. She gave us a chance of going to state in track.
Yeah. Channing definitely has a shot.
Yeah.
But I mean, our track team was all right last year. We went to sub-state in the 4x800. So that was.
Were you involved in that?
Yeah, I was one of the legs in that relay. We didn't place very high up, but I mean, still going to sub-state's a pretty good.
Well, I mean, it's also getting your feet wet with the sub-state and finding out, because sometimes, like I know they talk about bowling all the time. Bowling, when you go in there to that state tournament, an individual state tournament, it is so intimidating.
Yeah.
Because, you go in there and you've got 15 lanes on one side, 15 lanes on the other side, and then everybody's watching on each end, and everybody's watching you. You only bowl one at a time, but you're on your own lane.
Yeah.
So there's always people watching you, and it's a lot of pressure. And of course, with track, you have a lot more people watching you, and you're outside, and you got, you're probably running against 4 schools. There's 4 schools in the heat, I guess.
4 or more, yeah.
4 or more.
Yeah, because I think there's 8 lanes on a regular track.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes we fill it up, and then with the 4x800, they had more than 8 teams running at a time. I think they had like 16, honestly, which was pretty crazy.
Hectic, yeah.
They had 2 people in each lane, so that was not fun. But like our 4x800 team last year consisted of 2 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior. So this year we'll have 2 sophomores, 1 junior, and 1 senior on the 4x800 team. So maybe we could do better with those. You're welcome. Those numbers.
So. I mean, I'm looking forward to the softball season, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially in the spring. I'm a football guy. I'm a basketball guy to some extent, but I'm really excited for softball to go and see if they can reclaim that, reclaim the state tournament and get in there. And they've been there now. They've been there. I mean, they say, once you've been there once. Well, this squad, before this past year, they didn't go to the state tournament, and this squad had been in the state tournament since 1991. So it's new for them, and last year that first game they went, they kind of got the bad end of the draw. Lexington was a school that had been there, the past 4 or 5 years in a row. So they knew, and these seniors, this is their last year, and they have been there all 4 years of their high school career.
Mm-hmm.
They won 3 or 4 state championships. Ended up not winning this past year, but they ended up winning 3 or 4 state championships in that time span.
Yeah, I'd say after you've been to the state championship and still have talent remaining on the team, you'll have a better shot at it the next year, just from state tournament experience.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like a lot when you say, we lost 3 seniors. That's a lot in softball.
Yeah,
this senior class this year only has 1 player, and that's Allison Davenport. She's the only senior player on this softball team.
I mean, and they're only playing with 9 people out on the field at one time. That's right?
Yeah, 9 people. I believe.
So I mean, that's 1/3 of the people that are out on the field. That'll make a difference.
That will make a difference.
Considering a lot of their wins last year were from, I think, a senior girl just hitting a home run, a walk-off home run to win the game. Allison and then Ashley Moffitt. Pretty sure. Yeah,
and Cheatham. Caitlin Cheatham. She did a good job. She's actually playing softball at Columbia State right now. So, so I mean, you're losing a lot of talent there, but you're also. All right, that's fine. Losing a lot of talent, but still pretty good.
Yeah.
So, this has been out at Huxon today. I want to thank you for dropping by.
Thank you for having me.
And your Bigfoot opinions about it being true.
Shout out to you, Jake Tibbs, for helping me with that opinion.
Also, shout out to Coach Smith on the show. You have to, first of all, before you go, I want to tell you this. Right. You have to use that meme once a day for the rest of the week. Find some way to post it. Find some way to use it. Even if you print it out and put it at the school and be like, you don't want to hear it. Use it somehow.
That's a challenge that I'm willing to accept.
All right. Hey, been nice hanging with you.
I'll see you.
And Bobby. So now that Alex off the show, we can start talking about him. Just kidding. That's pretty much. I mean, that pretty much ties everything up.
Yeah.
I'll ask you that same question. What sport do you think is bound to win the state championship next?
I think, like I said about softball, on the track, we've got, they're 7th graders right now, both Davion Cotton and Channing. They're both very, very fast, a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
That definitely have a chance to get into.
And that definitely helps the team overall.
Yeah. The individuals, if you get in a 4x4, you've got to have speed. Every person counts, and they work as good anchors men. But
now, when you talk about the middle school players, have y'all seen them do they come out to the track and run, or how do you get access to seeing them?
Channing, came out and ran with us. Coach Jones is always welcoming the middle school.
Because there's not really any regulations on track practice.
On practice, it doesn't really matter. You're just going out and running. And he's always welcoming, any of the middle schoolers that want to come up and just run with us, get ready. Because we don't have a middle school track team for them.
So I mean, that's the next best thing. Had the middle schoolers practice with you.
Yeah. And so Channing was beating almost all of our girls last year as a 6th grader.
Wow.
So
and that was straight off sprint or that distance?
She mostly sprints 100, 200 meter runs, but she's very fast, has very good stamina. Davion, I've not seen run on track. He still plays. He plays for the seniors, so he's on my little brother's team. But I've seen him play, and he is very fast. And he'll be a stud of a football player whenever he comes up too.
Oh, definitely. So that track team, they have a pretty good chance at getting maybe an individual state champion, maybe.
Yeah, and maybe get into some like a 4x, a 4x400, or maybe a 4x200, or maybe a 4x800 even.
So maybe an individual event, but maybe not a team per se. I think
track is a individual sport. I mean, you've got your track and field team, but you're kind of competing against yourself. If you are a team, you're in a small 4-person team.
Yeah. So y'all don't take like this entire track team for Sparta County High School. It cannot win like in wrestling. You have individual wrestling, and you can win a state title there, or you can win a team wrestling title. So you can't really do that in track. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, you've got individual events, and you're representing your events. So it's kind of like in the Olympics, you've got, we can use that because everybody, watches the Olympics. You have Team USA. That's kind of how this works, but it's the individuals, the 1 to 4 individuals that might be doing that event that are.
I guess it kind of would be hard to do that with track because you see all these. I mean, how many people y'all have on the track team overall? I think it's like 50 or 60. Am I correct?
I don't know how many it'll be this year. And last year, I think it came out to be probably, solid, 30, 40 kids. I mean, you include all
big.
All the people, all the runners. Because you've got 100 meter sprints, 200 meter. Then you go into mid distance. You got 400s and 800s. Then you go to long distance. You have 1800s and 3200s. Or 1600s and 3200s. And then you've got your discus throw and your shot put. Mm-hmm. So, you got a lot of different events that we compete in.
So, I mean, I guess it would be kind of hard because you got, like you said, you got 34 players and you're just an average size, probably. You're a smaller size track team. You're not even a bigger track team.
Yeah, we're a pretty small track team.
Because not a lot of people below 3A have a track team.
No.
And then 3A is probably like the minimum to have a track team, and then you go up, and it goes that way. But I think, it would be kind of hard because you got that many people per team at least, and then you've got all these teams across the state of Tennessee.
Yeah. And nothing against Coach Jones, but Coach Jones is a football coach, and he's good at coaching track, but the way you run in track versus the way you run in football and that kind of stuff. is a little bit different, especially when you get a long distance. The keeping your hands up high and stuff like that changes because, keep your hand up in the air, that takes energy. And, there's very specific ways you got to run and move your hands and that kind of stuff to have the most speed and conserve the most energy. And that is something that, it takes somebody who's a little bit more specialized in it to really coach that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you think it really helps you with football to run track?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I feel like it...
Other than just conditioning.
I mean, conditioning, I feel like it cut down my 40 time by at least, 0.2 or 0.3 seconds. Maybe.
And that 40 time is? Or do you want to say it on there?
It's about 5'1".
5'1", that's... Hey, oh, come on, Archer. I had a 4'9".
I bet.
I did. Coach Montgomery, when he was there, he was my biggest critic, but he was the one that timed it. He was like, well, daggone,
Yeah.
I got a 4'9". Hey, you got to work on that, Archer.
Yeah. But all that kind of depends, too. So you got a lot of variants and days and coaches who do it. We need some laser. We need some laser timers. So
definitely. Is that that next in the budget for Coach Colquitt to get lasers?
Probably so. We've gotten the offensive stuff already. That's one thing I got to say about Coach Colquitt. He has gotten us a lot of stuff the last 2 years. So maybe some of those expensive laser timers. That'll slow us all down. Then we'll all be running a lot slower 40s because they'll be actually accurate.
Oh man, that'll be bad. Went from you'll go from a 5'1" to a 6'1".
I don't think it's gonna drop that much. I hope not. I hope if I
never know.
I probably ought to drop track from running 6'1".
Yeah, probably. But been a good year for Indians football so far. Definitely.
It has. I felt like
other than the Grundy game, which was kind of a low point, but I mean it wasn't really that low. It wasn't like you got blown out by them. I mean y'all played a tough game against Grundy,
but we should have blown them out. So
definitely.
So yeah, it's been a good. I think it's been a good year for sports.
You going to use the meme?
Yeah, I'm going to use it. I saved it on my phone as soon as I saw it. Hunter Roberts, posted the meme whenever it said when somebody interrupts you while you're watching your favorite SpongeBob episode. So that's typical Hunter Roberts.
And if you haven't seen the meme, I'm fixing to post it on Twitter. It's a pretty funny meme. I'm not going to lie, but I'm fixing to post this on Twitter. Actually, give me just a second. I'll get it up here real quick.
Real quick while he's doing that, I'm gonna go over our hunting seasons for right now. We've got a dove season right now, and this is the first of the 3 seasons that runs from September 1st, and it will be closing on September 28th, and then it opens back up October 11th to November 2nd, and then opens back up again for the last time from November 29th to January 6th. Our deer season, which is the big one here, is going to start September 27th. It's going to end October 24th. And then, let's see here, then it opens back up again October 27th, November 7th. Muzzleloader opens up November 8th to the 21st. And then gun, muzzleloader, and archery are all open from November 22nd to January 4th. The juvenile weekends are October 25th and 26th, and January 10th and 11th. Which means I will be able to get to juvenile hunts this year. And then waterfowl, goose season opens on September 1st. They'll be closing again, I think, tomorrow. Yes, so closing again tomorrow, September 15th. Wood duck opened Saturday, September 13th, and be closing again on the 17th. And teal opens on the 18th, closes on the 21st. And then we start our main season on, I think it's November 22nd, and that runs through January the 17th, 18th, I think.
And so that is your hunting seasons from Archer Thompson, sponsored by Archer Thompson, and determined by Archer Thompson, right?
Yeah, and bundle for any for Sean Edmond showing up at your house if you're blasting ducks at the wrong date.
Wrong date. He told you. He told you, folks. But anyways, we're about done here at the Land's Restaurant. Had a pretty good day. They had Coach Scott Chapman here. Always a pleasure to have him. Had Alec Hudson and I always want to say Jake because that's his brother, but it's Adam Pickett. I had him there with Alec Hudson. Bobby Pickett. Sorry. It's alias, whatever you want to call it. But yeah.
It's been a good week, and we always had 2 ignorant ref calls this week. You know, one of them cost us a touchdown. But.
And if you're listening right now, I do want to go over all the schedules for this coming week, and Archer will give you those. Because we said those earlier in the show, but we've had some people join us since then. I want to tell you all the games we got coming up this week. And from Tuesday to Friday, tell us what our schedule is, Archer.
Okay. On Tuesday, we have a girls' soccer game at Chattanooga Central from 4 p.m. Central Time, and 4 p.m. Central Time. Oh, and we have a girls' volleyball game at home versus CCS at 5:30 for JV and 6:30 for varsity. On Thursday, we have both a soccer game and a volleyball game. The soccer game will be a day game against Marion County. The volleyball will be a travel to Bledsoe County. The JV at 5:30 and varsity at 6:30. Middle school football will be playing home versus Jasper Middle School at 6 p.m. Central Time. And on Friday, the high school team will host Chattanooga Christian School at 7 p.m. Central Time at the Wayne Reynolds Stadium. The Indians are looking to improve their record of 3-1 after a victory against South Pittsburgh.
All right, and you're talking about that victory outside of Pittsburgh. Always a good win. I think we talked about this earlier, but CCS, you're looking kind of forward to that game, aren't you?
I am. I think it's going to be a good game. I think CCS is supposed to be a lot better than they have been in past years, but I think we are still very capable of beating them.
Definitely. And y'all do play at home. That's always an advantage.
Definitely an advantage.
Tribe going to be a factor this week?
I think it will be. I hope it will be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's about it for us here at Land's Restaurant. This has been SpearNation Radio, sponsored by Citizens Tri-County and Land's Restaurant. I'm your host, Chandler Morrison. Alec Hudson has already left the building. He was your co-host for the day. And Archer Thompson giving us a little bit today, as well as Coach Scott Chapman for SpearNation Radio. This is Chandler Morrison.
Archer Thompson.
And go Indians, and God bless.